Hey everyone, it's Friday.
We had a short week.
We did have a short week. We did.
We had a long and a short week. Short work week, long other week.
It was a wild week. But let's leave it at that. That's actually kind of a good way to describe this week so far. How's it going, guys? Welcome to Books and Brew.
Oh, real quick, can you send me the chat?
Oh, sure, I will do so. I will go ahead and send that to you. But welcome to Books and Brew. Here on the channel, what we do is that we go over books for D&D 5e. What's going on, Ghost? How's it going, buddy? And we hang out with you guys. Honestly, this is sort of like our BS show. We just talk about whatever we want, but generally it's about the books. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things. I wanted to send you that link. Didn't you pin it?
I thought I did. I just wanted my pins. It's not in there.
Okay. I'm going to send it to you now.
And you pin it.
And I'm going to pin it so that way you can always find it. Pin message. There you go.
Thank you.
So now Amber can find your chat. But anyways, I'm Mike. That's Amber. As you can see by our character name tags. So we were going over a lot of the Tal'Dorei Reborn book. We went over every single
subclasses, right?
We're done with subclasses. They're all done. Do you have a favorite?
Out of those?
Yeah.
I thought the blood magic wizard was kind of cool. Or wait, was it sorcerer or wizard?
A wizard was the blood magic, yes.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like they kind of capped off a little funny.
I didn't like, I think I was fairly clear last time, was I did not like the runic sorcerer. I thought it was too much math.
Yeah, that was a lot. But I like the concept of that one, but I don't know if I'd actually want to play it unless I see somebody play it.
I feel like that's, even like as a DM, there's certain subclasses where I'm like, oh, I enjoy this very much, but I don't have a chance to play it. So I'm going to go include it in one of my NPCs. Even the runic sorcerer I would not include as an NPC because it is too goddamn much for me to handle. Not only have to deal with like monsters and you guys, but I also have to do 5 different sorcery point things. No.
I mean, hi Theo, long time no see.
Theo! Oh my god, dude! What's going on, buddy?
But I mean, to be fair, like the most stacked one was probably the Cobalt Soul monk. Even though we have seen it, but we also knew that was that stacked.
I like the clerics, the subclass for the clerics, the blood cleric and the moon cleric, which is essentially a werewolf cleric, which I thought was pretty cool. I think that's still sort of one of my favorites. But when it comes to creating your characters, guys, there's more than just classes and subclasses. There's also abilities and magic items, and most of all, feats. We all got them. You probably have too.
It's Friday, but damn.
What? Feats, if you don't know what feats are, essentially whenever you hit a milestone level, there are multiple milestone levels when it comes to characters. Generally, they're like 4, 8, 12, 16, and something else. You get a choice of either increasing your ability scores, and you have a choice, there's a certain number, or you can negate that and choose a feat, which is almost like a permanent buff, a customizable buff that you get at these levels. And the Tal'Dorei Reborn book gives you so many more feats to choose from, and it sort of makes your mind think about like, oh, I can make a character do this now when they normally wouldn't be able to, and that's a lot more creative freedom. That's why a lot of people like feats, is it's just a lot of creative freedom. Do you have a favorite feat? We haven't gone over them, but from just the standard list.
I mean, I personally either like observant, just because
Fucking shit.
Your passive perception, not much gets past you.
Yeah.
And they can't, like, your DM can't be like, oh, well, you don't hear that. I'm like, really? I don't fucking hear that.
The bane of every DM is, I can see all.
The 3, I've had some rotate, but I mean, the 3 that I've...
My cat's just turned on the Roomba.
Oh, I was like, what is that noise?
Go on, keep going, I'll turn it off.
Observant. I generally like Warcaster if you're a spellcaster, because, you know, you're not generally up front. I mean, you could be, but like you get hit and you have to do concentration on a spell. You get advantage if you're hit.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty. Yeah, Warcaster's
It
pretty
gives you
clutch.
something else, but I can't remember.
As a reaction, instead of doing a physical melee attack,
do a
you can do a spell as a reaction, which is pretty clutch. So you could do another banishment. You can do a moonbeam. You can do something that makes someone's speed 0.
And I also like the tough feat only because I generally don't play too tough of characters, but I also like adding a little bit extra HP.
The tough key. I don't like the tough feat.
I do. You're the one who introduced me to it,
It's
so that's
so
your fault.
boring.
Hey man, I generally take it. I mean, before I used to play a druid, so it was just like I was squishy, so
I guess.
it made sense.
You play the hardiest druid I've ever known.
Yeah, when she got a little.
The hell are you talking about? Your druid can tank so much goddamn HP.
No.
It's not even funny. You don't need the tough feat.
No, when she started.
I guess. When you were turning into direwolves and summoning 4 more direwolves.
Hey, that's not my fault. That's utilizing my character to the best of its abilities.
And then you had Warcaster, you're like, I'm never losing concentration on these assholes.
If you don't read what you can actually do, that's not you. That's not my problem.
I actually used that strategy in one of Nick's one shot for Newegg. When I was doing a one shots for Newegg, I did the exact same thing you were doing. I had a Warcaster druid who summoned everything. I'm like, fucking summon. I saw Amber do it. I'm doing the same goddamn thing. It goes doing a direwolf. Oh. So there's a bunch of new feats that Tal'Dorei gives us, which is very, very nice. The first one that comes up is called Cruel. Could you guess? Just by the name, could you guess what this is?
I mean, if it's anything like the spell Harm, I'm assuming it does more damage.
Okay, maybe adding some more damage.
Or
to
like
your
maybe
attacks.
on a certain type of attack.
Oh, maybe adding a new attack. Okay.
Or like you get more damage or something. I don't know, you're being mean.
Honestly, your guess is as good as mine. This is my first romp into the feats section. So it says here, the challenges and struggles you face through your life have led you to delight in inflicting pain and anguish upon others. Kind of sounding like it's going into your avenue right now. You gain a number of cruelty die equal to your proficiency bonus. So the higher you level your character, more cruelty die you get. Your cruelty die are D6s. You can roll only 1 cruelty die per turn. Only 1 per turn. If you have multi-attack, 1 attack. Let's see here. You can add that cruelty die to any of the following circumstances to get the following results. When you deal damage to a creature, spend 1 die to do extra damage. So kind of like what you said. Hey, yeah,
It kind of sounds like Percy's deal when he goes batshit.
like Cabal Ruin or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's exactly what you said. Dealing more damage. So I'm like,
Well, I
doing
mean,
cruelty.
that's what Harm does. I mean, it sounds bad, but honestly, that's all it is just a shit ton of
Harm-
damage.
I mean, Harm is a little. Obviously, it's a 1-hit thing. This is sort of like you get more chances. The other option is when you score a critical hit, you could spend 1 cruelty die to gain temporary hit points equal to that roll. And lastly, when you make a intimidation check, you can spend 1 cruelty die and add that to your check. This is you being a dick. It's like, I can be a jerk and intimidate you. D6 more. I hit a critical hit. Now it's even harder to hurt me.
I mean, that's just like, I guess if you're fighting that person. If you're fighting with that person, you probably don't care too much.
True. The other one is called Flash Recall. This is another feat. What do you think this means?
I don't know.
Flash Recall.
Sounds like something out of the 80s.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like a recall, like a weapon?
I don't know.
I'm thinking of recoil, but
You're thinking, well, recalls like you're thinking like the Eldritch Knight recalling your sword or something.
yeah, I don't know.
Brain tech, what's going on? Lovely couple. Thank you so. Don't flatter me.
You said couple.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. taking a compliment.
Jeez. Ham. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know if it would be like something to either recall power or recall like an attack or something. That's just.
Oh, like a retry type of thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Something like that.
Well, it says here the prerequisite to have recall or flash recall is that you have to have some kind of spell casting. You have to cast spells. You can't just be a full martial character. So obviously it has to deal with some spells. Again, I don't know. I haven't read it. I'm doing it now. You develop the ability to insanely recall an unprepared spell in the moment of sudden when it's suddenly necessary.
We're back to Mike's verbiage again.
As a bonus action, you can prepare a first level spell
Bye, Brain
or
Tech.
higher. Oh, later, Brain Tech. Thank you for jumping in. You can prepare a first level spell or higher on your spell book if you're a wizard, or from your spell list if you're not a wizard. This spell must be a level from which you have spell slots and can replace another spell equal or higher. Once you use this feat to recall a spell, you cannot do so until you complete a short or long rest. Essentially, if you're like, God damn it, I don't have Revivify, I'm using this ability. You swap in one spell for the next, and now you have it.
I wasn't too far off. I was just like a weapon or an attack. I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's useful.
But I mean, I guess that's kind of clutch.
It is, but I mean, if all you do is spell casting, you may use that a couple times. Like if you're in a situation that you didn't prep for.
This is really good for like utility casters. You know, where it's like, I don't have invisibility prep today, and that would have been perfect right now. All right, screw it. I'm getting rid of fly, and I'm getting invisibility. You know, you could swap things out. That's pretty good. I like that. Mystic Conflux. Now, what does that mean?
Fuck if I know. I'm only assuming because it's mystic, it has something to do with magic.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know.
No worries.
Something to do with magic.
It doesn't really help, does it? It doesn't really. No.
Those two words together don't help me.
It doesn't.
Use it in a sentence,
You
please.
possess an intuitive understanding of the way of magic ebbs, EBBS, and the flow within enchanted items. Oh, it has to deal with magical items. Such
like,
items.
Sounds like that you understand the weave better.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Kind of like you have a better understanding of enchantment.
Don't mind me with my giant ass water jug. Sorry.
So such items attune easily to you. You're able to sound out their secrets, so you gain the following benefits. You can attune up to 4 magical items at once instead of 3.
Dang.
That's pretty good. Kind of like, this is almost like a jump on the artificer, because artificers get to attune more magical items. So this is sort of like a semi-artificer thing. You can also cast the Identify spell without expending a spell slot, but you can only do it once, and you have to take a long rest to do it again. So, okay. You get a little bit of an artificer in here. You understand magical items a little bit. You can cast Identify, which is usually meant to identify a magical item.
Yeah. I was like, all I know is maybe magic.
I don't know if I like this.
I mean, it's not bad, but I feel like that's like a feat you take in the beginning and maybe it'll be useful later.
Yeah.
Not like you take it later when you're already leveled.
Or if like you were like, I just got the 4th magical item I want, but I have to attune to it. I can't do it. Oh, look, I hit level 12.
Identify is good, but... Excuse me, I don't know if you want a whole feat just for that.
The next feat that you get is Remarkable Recovery.
I feel like I've heard that one.
How? It just came out.
I know, but I feel like I've heard that verbiage before. But I don't know. I just like you either recover faster or in a shorter period of time.
Now, I haven't read it, but I'm assuming this allows any character to tap into that second wind ability that fighters get.
I was gonna say maybe it has the time like for rest or something.
Oh, maybe. My guess is like a second wind ability. Like you get to heal yourself a little bit. It says here, your body has the ability to recover quickly from terrible injuries and is usually receptive to healing magic. You gain the following benefits. You get to increase your constitution by 1 point.
That's pretty good.
When you are successfully stabilized while dying, you regain 1 hit point equal to your constitution modifier. That's pretty good. I think there is a magical item like a parapet heart that when you drop unconscious, it stabilizes you.
Yeah, I think Edith had it.
So using this in tandem with that item is broken.
I don't know if I still have it on here.
That is broken.
I think it's like perioptic wound closure or something.
Yeah, it's like the periop. Yeah, I don't remember the exact name.
Yeah, perioptic wound closure. While you wear this pendant, you stabilize whenever you are dying at the start of your turn. In addition, whenever you roll a hit die to regain hit points, you double the number of hit points it restores.
So it says it's at the start of your turn?
I thought it did. Hold on.
Just to clarify.
I have to reopen it. Yeah, it says you stabilize whenever you're dying at the start of your turn.
Oh no, this is broken with this feat. Start of your turn. Stabilize. This feat, the moment you stabilize, you get some HP. You get your turn back. It's the beginning of your turn. You get your HP. Boom. Start of your turn. You still have your action, still have your bonus action, your movement, and your reaction. You're back up.
It's like when they hit rewind on Doctor Strange when he's facing like Dormammu or whatever the fuck, and he keeps dying, and it's just like, that's really not gonna work.
I gotta read the rest of it. Okay, so we stopped at the second ability you get, which is stabilizing and getting HP. The last thing you get is you regain hit points as a result of a spell, potion, or class feature, but not this feat. You regain an additional hit points equal to your Constitution modifier. So if you get healed from a potion, a spell, like Healing Touch, which is a class feat, you get additional HP. So yeah, this is like, heal me. You don't, or it's more like, you don't have to do much to heal me. Just do a little bit, and I'll feel better. And wait, does this? It says here.
It's very good if you go down a lot, or if you're in the front, I would say.
It doesn't say there's a limit of how many times you can get healing from getting stabilized. So the period of wound closure also doesn't have a limit.
No, it doesn't.
So you won't go down. You get knocked down, you get up again.
Yeah, so it's very much like that scene. It was like, he gets killed, but then he gets sent back.
All right, you ended your turn, you killed me? Yeah, I'm unconscious. Before I roll, because even if you get an @1, if you do death saving throws, you don't. Start of your turn.
Yeah.
You get back up?
Get stabilized.
I'm back up, bitch. Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Another feat that Tal'Dorei gives us is Spell Driver.
I feel like I've heard that too. And I know you keep saying it's a new book, and I know it's a new book because I got it, but
Spell Driver.
I think I'm thinking of Spell Sniper.
You're thinking of Spell Sniper. That is a feat.
I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna guess. I think Spell Driver is. I think it ignores cover, like it drives past cover.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I'm like, again, something with magic because it has it in the name.
it's like a crossbow expert feat. Like it ignores certain
Conditions.
Yeah. Well, it says here your character needs to be. Prerequisite character level needs to be an 11 or higher and have some kind of spell casting. What the fuck? Wait, what?
You need to be high level, I guess.
I don't remember any other feat that requires that.
I mean, it didn't require a level. It required like a race or an ability.
Yeah.
But not a like. I don't think I've seen one with a level.
Either one requires a race, or one requires you have like a warlock thing or something. That's okay. Through intense focus, training, and dedication, you harness the techniques of rapid. Of rapid spell casting. When you use your bonus action to cast a spell of first level or higher, you can also use your action to cast another first level or higher. However, you can if you cast 2 or more spells in a single turn, only one of them can be third level or higher. This is twin spell permanent. No wonder it requires such a high level. This is broken. I don't like this. This makes me nervous.
Hey man, it's good for the player. You just don't like it as a DM.
You know what this is? I just realized what this is.
Being a sorcerer? But
I already said
not
it.
having
It's
to
twin.
be a sorcerer.
Yeah, it's twin magic. No, this is quicken magic. This is a quicken spell. No, what Spell Driver is, it's Matt's way to waive the fact that in the Vox Machina campaign, characters were using bonus actions to heal and then using an action to attack. Remember that was a big discussion, was can we bonus action heal at 5th level and then action I cast Big B's hand.
I don't remember that. But yeah, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, and in Vox Machina, that was a custom rule that he allowed. Now I'm understanding. This is Matt's way of going, this is how they were doing that. And this is almost a way of going, do you want to have your own kind of Vox Machina campaign with the same rules? Well, let's have a level 11th adventure, and make sure that you just took this. Boom.
Yeah, because I mean, healing's always generally a bonus action, but then you can't do another spell as a...
You can't do a leveled spell.
Yeah. I mean, you can do a cantrip, but that's about it.
But wow, that is an amazing way to kind of skirt your way around that.
I'm gonna
slip this in. The other feat that you get, or you can choose from, is Throne Arms Master. Uh-oh. What do you think that means?
The throwing or throne?
Throne Arms Master.
Like sitting on a throne, or like you?
Oh, like throwing.
Thrown.
Like throwing. The past tense of throw. Throne.
I mean, like, well, with Weapon Master or what's the other one? Crossbow Expert. It's generally like you get something to doing that. So what if it's like throwing a ranged weapon and you get a buff to it?
A ranged weapon?
Yeah, like, you know, like a spear or something.
Okay. I read a little bit about it, and I kind of get an idea what it is. Think Vox Machina.
Mm-hmm.
So Throne Arms Master. Does anything come to mind of what that could entail to?
I don't know. I was thinking Grog's hammer. Or his axe. That's not hammer.
So you do remember that.
Trying to make it Thor's hammer or what?
Well, do you remember a lot that Grog would tie like a chain to his axe and then throw the axe, right?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't think it ever magically came back, did it?
No, this has nothing to do about magically coming back.
Oh.
When it comes to throwing your weapon, giant melee two-handed weapons generally aren't thrown because it's very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of...
Oh, yeah, you're just like, let me chuck this.
Yes, and then it just goes... It hits the floor. Even regardless of how strong you throw it, the weight is going to go down. It's not going to go far.
Yeah.
You know? But Grog was throwing it like 60 feet. You know? And Matt allowed it because he was like, yeah, go for it. You know? So this actually says... you hone your ability to lob weaponry at your fray, including weapons that are not meant for range combat. So you gain the following benefits. Your strength or dexterity goes up by 1. You have a choice. Simple and martial, means the heavy boys, weapons, without the throne properties now have the throne property for you. One-handed weapons have a normal range of 20 feet and long range normal range 20 feet. Long range 60 feet. Of course, once you hit that past the 20 feet and you go into the long range, it's at disadvantage. While two-handed weapons have a normal range of 15 feet, and then beyond that, where you have disadvantage, 30 feet. Weapons that already have the throne property increase their range by 20 feet, and their long range by 40 feet. So essentially, if you have a dagger, you can throw that fucker so far. And when you miss with a thrown weapon using using a thrown weapon, attack using a light weapon, the weapon returns to your grasp like a boomerang. But if anything heavier, it's gonna drop.
Yeah.
So if you use a rapier, you throw it, come back. That's pretty cool. I actually like that. That's really cool. I don't see you ever throwing your weapon though, if you're like a range fighter.
I mean, it would be nice to throw a mace, but like I wouldn't be doing that all the time, so I don't think I would just take a feat just for that.
Yeah. It sounds cool, but I agree. I don't know if I'd give up a feat for that.
I mean, if maybe that's what you wanted to do with your character, then it would make sense, but...
How many swords are you carrying on your person that you can throw and go, well, I threw it. Now I don't. I had to run and go get it.
I mean, I have a mace and a longsword, man. There's... I'm not really apt to throw those.
Yeah, right? It's okay. If you have a special magic thing, like a chain, like...
I mean, maybe like a dagger. And you could
For it to come back?
Yeah,
That'd be cool. Yeah.
And it would be more likely because it's not heavy as fuck, but you know.
Yes, and the fact that they give you the option to choose dexterity instead of strength can definitely go for a rogue. You go, throw it, missed, comes back.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, that's fine if you're a big guy, but like, not everybody's a big guy.
Yeah.
And not everybody wants to throw their fucking weapon at somebody.
I can't imagine Rolly, our biggest, strongest guy, throwing his axe. I can imagine he
I think he's tried to do it once in our game as like a, I don't know.
like a last-ditch effort.
Yeah, but not as a regular habit. I mean, maybe if he had it, he would do it more. I think it would just give him the excuse to do it more, but I don't know if he'd really want to.
You know what'd be really sad is that, let's say he's fighting something big, a giant, a dragon, something, and he goes, it's running away. I throw my axe at it, and I'm like, cool, go ahead and roll for damage, or roll to hit. Oh, cool, you hit. Your axe lodges into the dragon's body, and it flies away. That face, that's exactly what I would expect him to go and be like, yes, I hit it. Wait, what? Flies away.
Better hope you have a chain onto that thing so you can hang on.
But it comes back, right? No, not your heavy weapon. Shit! No! It's gone!
Does it say not the heavy weapon?
It just says light weapons.
Oh.
So short swords, rapiers, daggers.
Yeah, that's why I said, I was like, I feel like it's better for something light, but...
Oh my god.
I mean, that's on you for not reading the feat then.
That... Sorry. That's so good.
Yeah, you better have a chain on that thing that you threw.
You better. Absolutely, you better.
And then you're gonna have to hang on to it for dear life and hope it stays lodged.
I wrap
deep
it underneath
enough.
my arm and I throw it. It's a 40-foot chain. I'm like, oh really? You have 40 feet on your arm?
Yeah, but a dragon and then your dead ass weight on the weapon, like, I mean, it's bigger than you. Like, it's gonna probably hurt ripping it out of there, but it's probably gonna let you do it because it doesn't give two shits.
It doesn't. The last feat that you can get from Tal'Dorei Reborn is Vital Sacrifice. Now, what does that mean?
That just sounds like you're swapping some of your hit points for, like, somebody else to not die or something.
Ooh. Okay.
Well, it says vital sacrifice.
Oh, I got you. No, that's interesting. Huh.
That's just to get... Oh,
Shady, thank you so much! Buddy. Thank you so much for the love, Shady. 8 goddamn months. Shit. Wow. What's going on, Shady? I love it, I love it. How was Or's TV? Hopefully it was fun. It took me a while to set that up, and then I was gone, so... Really happy that went through without a hitch. Vital Sacrifice. You learn the power of Hemiocraft. Oh, we're back to that now, aren't we? Surprisingly went well. Good. See? I know what I...
Yeah, Ham. Get to reading.
I've been setting that up for a week. Okay. You learn the secrets of Hemiocraft that grant you power at the price of your own life force. As a bonus action, you can choose to take 1d6 necrotic damage and to gain a blood boon.
So close, but it's for yourself, apparently. And
Your boon lasts for an hour or until it's expended. And you can choose from the following boons. When you make an attack roll, you can roll a 1d6 and add it to the total. This is attack roll, not damage. When you hit with an attack or spell, you can add an additional 2d6 to that damage.
it's a cat.
It's a cat.
What are you doing? Hello. You don't really fit up here.
Oh, jeez.
Luke.
Attack at the tail.
Come on, get down, bud. Meh.
Just wanted to say hi.
Yeah.
The last thing you get is that you can, when you cause a creature to make a strength, dexterity, or constitution saving throw, roll a d4 and reduce that save by that amount. The damage you take is the damage you take by the blood boon cannot be reduced in any way. You cannot be raging and then take it. It doesn't work that way. You have to take the full. I guess that's okay. It's kind of...
Situational.
Situational? I mean, if you roll d6 and you roll a 1, cool. You take 1 point of damage.
This feat would make sense if you were like an undead warlock or something. Because it kind of buys into your creep factor a little bit, but...
Yeah. I don't see myself using this.
So I said it would have to be like character specific, I think.
Like, the fact that you take 1d6 points of damage, so the minimum 1, max 6. Pretty bad at the start. You know, 6 points of damage can definitely hurt, especially if you're a squishy character. And then getting additional, then you have to do another d6, and that... The worst case scenario. You take 6 points of damage. You want to attack someone now, and you go, I'm going to use my boon. I roll another d6. I rolled a 1. I took 5 points of damage to get a +1 to my attack. Once.
I don't know.
I don't...
You're just an emo character. You're that whatever. That you're that emo bard.
Yeah, so I mean, the fact that you can do it, you know, any number of times, you just have to you always have one boon, and you have to use it, and you can take more damage and then use it again. I guess that's fine. It's kind of weak. I feel like it's a little. I wouldn't.
I mean, but we all know that all the feats are not like super spectacular. Like they're situational, but there's some that nobody ever uses.
True, but some of them have some like utility where you're like, man, this can be used for anyone. Magic Initiative is really nice. I think you're right when it comes to Warcaster. That's super clutch. Sentinel is really cool too. I just don't see this being used. I don't know.
I mean, there's some that only give you like a +1 and nothing else, and it's like for that you might as well just level your stats. But
yeah, no, absolutely, I 100% agree.
I don't know.
And it's forever, and you don't take damage. I can imagine a high-level character. No, I mean, does 1d6 really matter when it comes to
I mean, it matters
a high-level character?
If you're almost dying. I don't know.
Ghost Riley, it is heckin' snowing where you're at. Really? I've seen some pictures from some of our Oris people in the Oris Discord, and people are definitely sharing that it's getting cold.
We have the opposite problem. We have a heat wave.
Oh yeah, it's getting.
That's why the
really
fan
cold.
is on in the back. The only good thing is instead of like when summer just won't die forever, like at least here when the sun goes down in this weird ass heat wave, like it actually gets cold. In the summer, it don't get cold. I don't care if it's dark. Like, it gets colder, but not by much.
Colorado snow? We were at Colorado last year.
In October. Yeah. But then I know you guys didn't get snow.
We saw all the nice red trees.
Yeah, you guys have...
You ever gone to Mount Wolf?
You guys have trees with colors, and we either have green trees or dead trees. There is no, like, in between.
You know what's funny? I like how Ghost Riley is like, I'd rather have the heat than snow. I feel like we're swapped a little.
We're opposite. But I feel like we've never had heavy snow. I mean, like, we've been to the mountains when we actually do get snow, and then, like, your hands go numb, and you're like, I regret this decision. Agreed.
You're coming at it from a different perspective.
So... But I've always liked the cold more than I do the heat, so...
I'm kind of the same, Shady. I love the cold. But you know why I like the cold? I've talked about this before, but I like the cold because you can put on more layers.
Yeah.
You can put more layers, you can put blankets on, the whole deal.
Once you're in the summer, that's it. Once you take everything off, you can't take off anything else.
Yeah, and we're not even talking about, like, air conditioning. I'm not counting heaters in the cold scenario.
Yeah.
You know, if I had no heater... Blanket, the whole thing, another shirt, another sweater, all of it. When it comes to summer, however, you can undress as much as you can. You can put the fan on. We've experienced this before where you put the fan on and it's still hot. You're just blowing hot air at yourself.
Yeah.
You're done. You can't do anything else.
Well, also where we're at, let's just say we're in a different part than LA or near LA. But it's also like 15 degrees, either hotter or colder where we're at. So like when we drive inward, it's like, oh, this is either not that hot or not that cold.
I wear a jacket in the summer. You know what?
That'd be nice.
I can imagine that. In Colorado. Got a little nippy sometimes. I'm that psychopath that wears leather jackets in 100-degree heat. You psycho. Oh my god.
That used to be me.
You know what that is? That's grade school. Us.
No, that was high school me.
That was high school you?
High school me.
That was grade school me.
But I think that was because of like track. Like my body temperature was off. Like I could always wear like, I don't know, warm stuff when it was really warm, and I didn't really get cold either though. It wasn't because I was cold, it was just because it was comfortable, and it didn't bother me.
In grade school I went to a Catholic school, and we had a uniform. And so the uniform was super basic. It was just like a white shirt and gray pants.
I had uniform in elementary school, but I didn't go to Catholic school.
Well, I did. But one of the alternatives was that you can wear the school sweater. You know, of course they had like a school gray sweater. And I wore that sucker almost every effing day, man. You know, and even if it was summer, it's like, it's like 9 degrees here in California because, we get hot. And it's like, yeah. And I'll sweat. I don't care.
I think my colors were navy, white, and khaki. And they didn't want to say tan. They were like khaki.
Oh, like the brown. Okay. Gotcha. The tan.
Yeah.
The
We were
tan.
said tan, and they were like, no, it's khaki.
It's khaki.
Like, sounds ugly.
Mine was blue and gray. The Catholic kids here in town always look at me like I'm the devil because of my dark clothes and heavy metal. Nice.
Hey man, I don't know. Depends on what Catholic school you go to. Me and Mike always make the joke that Catholic school kids are the worst.
Yo.
Like even in comparison to public school
I've been to public and Catholic school.
Don't let the name of the school or type of school fool you. There's some shit that goes down in those schools.
I'll just say this: I've been to Catholic school and I've been to public school. Only one of these schools had the principal stabbed by the other students.
Yeah.
It actually happened. I left the Catholic school. Next year, hey man, did you hear that the principal got stabbed? Say what?
Your school wasn't bad either. Like they had all these like crazy like technology and stuff, and then I was like, I don't know what the fuck happened.
It wasn't. It was a good school.
And that guy had I don't know, somebody had a fucking meltdown.
But they had stabbing, and then they also had kids doing heavy drugs behind the church.
I mean, that's like kind of like every school.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And I'm not talking, like here in California, it's legal. Not even weed. I'm talking heavy drugs.
Yeah.
But man, it was a good school. I mean, for your grades, for learning, I learned a lot in that school.
Like debauchery, not so much, but
Principals get stabbed in all kinds of schools. When the principal stabs students, that's when you know your school's dangerous. Is it, or is it just the principal setting an example? Done with your shit, Robert. Stabs. Go tell that to your friends.
My school wasn't that bad. I don't think we really had anything crazy happen. I think we had to go on lockdown once, but it wasn't because of any of like the students. It was because some lunatic got in the fence and supposedly was being chased by the cops. But like other than that, didn't really have any.
Amber, you know what the best thing about this conversation is? I can, ironically enough, transition it to D&D, because now we're going to talk about implements of war.
Oh god.
Magical items used for stabbing and killing. Like if you were a student at a principal, what if you had one of these things? So the Tal'Dorei Reborn book gives us a bunch of magical items that do some really awesome things. So let's go ahead and go through a few of the more fun implements that you can find around the world, including, let's see here. Let's find something good. Oh, the core cut dagger.
Just think of cutting cores out of apples.
Excuse me.
Or people, I guess.
This dark metal blade bends in a wicked hooked curve.
Ah.
You gain a +1 to both attacks and damage when making rolls with this weapon, and when you hit, you can expend 1 hit die to deal an extra 3d6 necrotic damage. So when you hit, you can expend a hit die, and you don't have access for it anymore. So you take a long rest, and you bump that. But it's also cursed.
Yeah, kind of. That seems like it would be.
It says here this fact is also only revealed when an identify spell is cast on it. Attuning to the dagger curses you until the dagger is removed by a remove curse spell or a similar magic. Essentially, when you receive magical healing, you must spend 1 hit die to regain any hit points. If you spend all of your hit die at any point, you die.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm
so
sorry.
Good.
That wasn't as exciting for you?
You already know I have the weekly on the show.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So shut up.
And you know what? This dagger is what Not had.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she did have that curse one. I don't remember having a hook, but yeah.
Here's an item we all know, and hashtag love or hate. Boots of haste.
Oh. Vax or Vex.
Which one?
Well, the sister stole the boots when she died.
No, she didn't.
I thought she did.
No.
I thought she did.
Nope.
I thought in like the wedding seat.
Nope.
She goes, "I want my damn boots back."
Yeah, and he never gives it to him. Because he left after saying goodbye, and she goes, "Damn it, I should have asked for the boots." So what do the boots do? You can click your heels and cast the haste spell on yourself as a bonus action. This is why Vax'ildan was a motherfucker, because he would cast haste on himself. He would attack, 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 and get the fuck out of there. It says here, and again, it's the boots that are casting the spell. You can dispel the boots. We've seen that before in the fight. It happens.
Yeah.
Oh boy, let's go over one more magical item, and then we'll call it a day. Ooh, I think we know what this does, but I just love the name. I always love this name. It's something that Yasha had. Magician's Judge.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, yeah.
I think it can dispel, right?
Yeah. It says here it's an executioner blade. It says from the Age of Arcana. This magic great sword, so it's a beefy motherfucker, doing 12 points of damage, a second two-handed weapon. Is one of many similar weapons that use to exude magical wielding criminals. Oh, it's used to execute magical wielding criminals. Excuse me. It says here, if you hit a creature with an attack using this weapon, you can cast the dispel magic spell from the sword against the target as part of the attack. Yeah, it says here, if you need to make a check with your spellcasting ability, you make it with a +3 modifier to your own spellcasting modifier, whichever is higher. So you have a choice. You can either do charisma, intelligence, or wisdom. And you have a choice. You just have a choice. You can go, +3 to this. Now they have to make the DC. So, awesome. Once you've cast a spell magic, you cannot do it again until a long rest. Magician's Judge is definitely a good thing to have if you have no spells.
I think she found that one.
She did. What a good find. But that is going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Episode 51 will be tomorrow for Magic at Mosted. How was that?
It's a struggle getting to 50 and 51. It's just because we have family stuff like stacked.
Over, yeah.
It was like people were busy all through November and January. We took a mini break, and then like I don't know, we vamped it up again. So we'll see.
Let's see a few announcements before we go. There will be multiple one-shots happening next month. So I know that you're currently working on your own one-shot.
You can give the name. I'm not gonna change it.
What is it called?
The Lucky Trove.
It's called the Lucky Trove. So yeah, next month we have a Lucky Trove. The one-shot's called Lucky Trove that's being DM'd by yours truly. And then I will be a part of a one-shot. I'm thinking of doing a bit of a revamp on an old classic, and we're gonna go to the Fireside Portal stream channel. There are a collection of DMs who are taking part of a competition, and I'm putting my foot into the ring to see what I can do. So yeah, exciting stuff. I know my official date is going to be on the 25th of March.
I think mine's the same weekend.
And yours is the
Sunday.
27th,
Yeah.
I think.
We'll
So
be
that
busy.
week is going to be yeah, we're going to have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
It won't be 8 hours this time, I promise.
Promise?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That
Jeez. Buddy, what are you doing?
was partly your people's fault.
Don't say it's our fault.
Yeah, because you said all of you said I want a challenge, and I said, well,
We want a challenge, not a marathon.
All of you are more than seasoned players, and I had to think of how to give seasoned players who have been playing longer than I have a challenge.
I gave you a very good suggestion, and that was don't make combat too long. If you want to make it heavy hitting, make the enemies hit harder but less HP.
Oh, they did hit
And
harder.
you didn't do that. It was a long struggle to get that bitch down to 0 points, where she went back to 200. So don't give me that bullshit.
You guys were great, though. You were so invested. And even Titan was like, no, I'm not doing
Yeah, we're like, we have to do
this. And then, like, it ended well. You guys had good endings.
Sure.
I thought. Most of you did.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be live tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
You forgot all of a sudden?
Holy shit, I did. Weird. All right, guys. Check you then.
Bye.
Bye.